Good morning, amazing people. I just wanted to share with you from the book Single While Quarantine, Chapter 2. Chapter 2 is titled Emotional Stability Assessment. I think now is the best, it's the most optimal time to really assess, are you emotionally and mentally stable? So in the book, the very last activity I have you do is write down things that you need to unlearn, learn, and then relearn. But first, before I go into the activity, I wanted to share a scripture from 1 Corinthians 13. It says, this is the NIV version, it says, "When I was a child, I talked like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. But when I became a man, I put the ways of childhood behind me. The way that I talked, the way that I thought, and the way that I reasoned. The way that I talked, the way that I thought, and the way that I reasoned, I put away when I became an adult. I put away when I realized the childish ways are no longer benefiting me. I put away those childish ways when I realized those ways, while at one moment and one point in time, they served me well and they were adaptive, they are now adaptive in my adult state." So what are some things that you need to first unlearn? You may have thought it was completely normal because you never saw it done in a different way. For example, you may have thought that running in relationships, when you have a simple disagreement, you may have thought that running was completely normal. But maybe you're realizing now that it's not normal and it's not healthy if you're actually trying to build a sustainable relationship. So that would be one thing you would have to unlearn. You would have to unlearn being unwilling to sit in uncomfortable emotions and simply say, I'm willing to sit here as long as I'm not physically in danger. I'm willing to sit here and say, and I won't even add emotionally, because although an argument can bring some just uncomfortable emotions, if a person is actually emotionally abusing you, I mean, they're belittling you nonstop, they're calling you stupid, they're calling you fat, they're calling you ugly, that's unhealthy. So I'm not saying stay in those types of relationships. But if it's just oh my gosh, why did you do this? I can't stand when you do this. Some of that are things that we can work through. So of course, be discerning when it comes to your situation. So what is it that you need to unlearn currently? And then what is it that you need to learn? Maybe you didn't learn it whatsoever. So it's not even in your Rolodex. Brought up old school word. Maybe it's not even in your Rolodex to bring out when you need it. For example, I've heard of several men who say, I didn't have a positive role model. I didn't have a father figure. I didn't have any male figure in my life, any positive male figure in my life to show me what it means to be a real man. But I've seen that same man take that experience, that situation he was raised with, and completely raise his boys and his girls in a positive direction. Just because he did not have a mentor, just because he didn't have a positive role model, just because he didn't have a positive father figure, does not mean he was not willing, and does not mean he didn't have the capability to learn what it actually means to be a great father. He took the pain, and basically like Tyler Perry has said once before, it's a lesson in reverse. We may have not learned it, but everything that they did that hurt, possibly just do the reverse of it. They were never there for you. Be there for your kids, right? They always yelled and cursed. Well, don't do that. Stop yelling, stop cursing, and have more of a sound mind and become more emotionally stable for your children if that's not what you saw as a child in your own family. And then, what is it that you need to relearn? Possibly you had the knowledge, possibly you had the behaviors that were once conducive for an environment, and then maybe you completely forgot it, or you just thought it was no longer beneficial. For example, maybe you used to trust people, you used to give people the benefit of the doubt, and then after being hurt consistently nonstop, you finally just said, I'm not doing that ever again. But trust is a key foundational principle in healthy relationships. So it may be time for you to go back. It's not gone, it's still there. It's still there. We have to dig it up. We possibly have to dig it up. But you have to relearn how to trust again. And one of the ways that you can learn to retrust is simply find relationships that are trustworthy. I know it's like no brainer. You learn to trust in a trusting environment. You learn to trust in a safe environment. That doesn't mean you have to be in the relationship with the opposite sex. You can learn trust from a counselor, from a mentor, from a spiritual father or mother. You can even learn trust from your children. I know some people who have trust issues and they're like, I don't even trust my kids. And I'm like, I understand kids can, do certain things that you don't like, but you can even learn trust from the people that are within your household. And so I want to encourage you, let's take some time to really assess your emotional stability, your thoughts, your emotions, and of course your thoughts and emotions, regardless of which one comes first. This is not an argument of which one comes first, the chicken or the egg. What we do know is our thoughts and our emotions affect what we do. So take time, if you haven't already purchased the ebook, it's a simple e-workbook. It's 100 pages, 15 chapters, full of content and activities and assessments to really help you to dig deep during this quarantine time to really determine, am I the best version of myself? And if not, now is the best time to do that. Now is the best time to do that. So you can go to singlewhilequarantined.com and simply click download, and you'll have the book right there on your computer. We do have Facebook and Instagram. Of course, if you're watching this, you're watching it on either one of those. And so just share this video, share it with your loved ones, share with those who are single, and share with those who are not single, because we all need to grow emotionally and mentally and relationally, as well as spiritually. So I love you guys. I know this is going to be an amazing journey, I'm speaking that, I'm declaring it, because it is. We know at the end of the day, God is victorious, which therefore means we are victorious. And so all we have to do is our part, which is focus on making sure our foundation is solid. That's our role right now. That's our part that we need to play during this time, making sure that you are emotionally, mentally, and spiritually solid. I love you guys, and until the next video, God bless.